I slammed the door so hard the frame rattled, my girlfriend's parting words echoing like a gunshot. "We're done, Alina. I'm not coming back." Tears blurring my vision, I collapsed onto the couch, but before I could drown in the silence, a frantic knock shattered the air. There stood Bianca, the quiet girl from next door, soaked from the rain, suitcase in hand, her eyes pleading. "Please let me in, I have nowhere else to go." In the heart of Brooklyn, where brownstones whispered secrets to the autumn wind, Alina Thompson stared at her reflection in the cracked mirror of her one-bedroom apartment. It was one of those places that screamed New York dream on a budget. Exposed brick walls, a kitchenette that doubled as a laundry room, and a fire escape that offered a view of the neighbor's overflowing dumpster. But tonight it felt like a prison. The argument with Sarah had escalated from a minor spat about forgotten anniversaries to a full-blown war over trust and commitment. Sarah had stormed out, leaving behind a trail of shattered promises and Alina's shattered heart. Bianca Rivera, the enigmatic girl next door, had always been a mystery. They'd exchanged polite nods in the hallway, maybe a shared elevator ride where Bianca's soft smile lit up the dim space. She was a barista at the corner coffee shop, with dark curls that framed her olive skin and eyes that held stories Alina could only guess at. But now here she was, dripping rainwater onto Alina's doormat, her voice trembling. "I'm sorry to barge in like this. My roommate kicked me out, long story. Can I crash here just for tonight?" Alina hesitated, her mind still reeling from Sarah's betrayal. Sarah had accused her of flirting with the delivery guy, of all things, but the real issue was deeper. Sarah's jealousy had roots in her own infidelity, which Alina had suspected but never confronted. Wiping her tears, Alina stepped aside. "Sure, come in. You look like you need a towel more than I need solitude right now." As Bianca stepped inside, the apartment seemed to shrink, filled with an awkward energy that crackled like static. They sat on the couch, mugs of chamomile tea steaming between them. Bianca unfolded her story in hushed tones. Her roommate, a volatile artist named Mia, had accused her of stealing ideas for a gallery show, leading to a screaming match and Bianca's abrupt eviction. "I've got savings, but finding a place in this city? It's a nightmare," Bianca said, her laugh bitter. Alina nodded, sharing her own fresh wound. "Sarah and we were together for 2 years. Tonight it all blew up. She thinks I'm unfaithful, but I know she's the one hiding texts from some ex." The confession hung in the air, vulnerability bridging the gap between strangers. Bianca reached out, her hand gentle on Alina's arm. "Sometimes the people we love hurt us the most, but maybe that's how we find who we're really meant to be with." The night deepened, conversations flowing like the East River outside. They talked about dreams, Alina's aspiration to become a novelist, scribbling stories in her journal during lunch breaks at her publishing job, Bianca's passion for photography, capturing the raw humanity of city life. By dawn, as the first light filtered through the blinds, Alina felt a spark, a warmth that Sarah's presence had long extinguished. Bianca crashed on the couch, and Alina retreated to her bed, wondering if this unexpected intrusion was fate's cruel joke or a lifeline. The next morning, over pancakes Alina whipped up in her tiny kitchen, Bianca offered to help with rent if Alina let her stay longer. "Just until I find something stable. I can cook, clean, whatever you need." Alina, still raw from the breakup, agreed. What harm could it do? Little did she know, this decision would unravel threads of trust, ignite forbidden feelings, and force her to confront the complexities of love in a world that often demanded conformity. As days turned to weeks, their cohabitation blossomed into a routine laced with subtle intimacy. Bianca's laughter filled the apartment, her photos adorning the walls, black and white shots of Central Park lovers, street performers in Times Square. Alina found herself opening up, sharing drafts of her novel about 2 women defying societal odds in 1950s America. "It's inspired by my grandma's stories," Alina confessed one evening, as they shared a bottle of cheap Merlot on the fire escape. "She never came out, but I know she loved a woman once." Bianca's eyes softened. "That's beautiful. In my family, back in Puerto Rico, roots mixed with New York grit, love was always about survival. My parents disowned my cousin for being gay. I've hidden parts of myself too." The confession drew them closer, hands brushing as they clinked glasses. But beneath the surface, doubt simmered. Sarah texted sporadically, apologies mixed with accusations, pulling Alina back into emotional turmoil. One afternoon, while Alina was at work, Bianca discovered Sarah's old love letters tucked in a drawer. Jealousy flickered, but she pushed it down. Instead, she planned a surprise dinner. Homemade empanadas, candles flickering. When Alina returned, exhausted from editing manuscripts, the sight melted her defenses. "This is incredible," Alina whispered, their eyes locking in a moment that felt electric. Yet conflict loomed. Sarah showed up unannounced that weekend, flowers in hand, begging for reconciliation. "I was wrong, Alina. Let's fix this." Bianca watched from the kitchen, heart aching as Alina wavered. The argument that ensued was brutal. Sarah accusing Bianca of being a convenient rebound, Alina defending her new friend. In the heat, Sarah revealed a secret. She cheated months ago. The revelation shattered Alina, but it also freed her. As Sarah left for good, Bianca held Alina through the sobs, their embrace lingering longer than friendship allowed. By the end of the first month, whispers of romance stirred. A shared movie night turned into fingers intertwined, a stolen glance evolving into a tentative kiss under the stars on the rooftop. But Alina pulled back. "This is too soon. I don't want to hurt you." Bianca nodded, hiding her own fears, of falling for someone still healing, of her past catching up. Little did they know Mia, Bianca's ex-roommate, harbored grudges that would soon explode into betrayal. The Brooklyn autumn gave way to crisp winter winds, blanketing the city in a hush that mirrored the tentative peace in Alina's apartment. Snowflakes danced outside the window like unspoken confessions, while inside, the air hummed with unspoken desires. Alina and Bianca navigated their shared space with careful grace, but the undercurrent of attraction grew stronger, pulling them into uncharted waters. Work became Alina's escape. At the small publishing house in Manhattan, she buried herself in manuscripts, editing tales of love and loss that echoed her own life. One day her boss, a sharp-witted woman named Elena, noticed her distraction. "Spill it, Thompson. You've been editing the same page for an hour." Alina confessed about Sarah's betrayal and Bianca's unexpected arrival. Elena chuckled. "Sounds like a rom-com setup. But real life. Watch for the plot twists." Bianca, meanwhile, juggled shifts at the coffee shop and freelance photography gigs. Her camera captured the essence of New York. Diverse, resilient, unapologetic. One evening, she showed Alina a series of photos. Two women holding hands in Washington Square Park, their faces radiant against the fountain's spray. "This could be us," Bianca said softly, her voice laced with hope. The words hung heavy. Alina's heart raced, but fear gripped her. "Bianca, I care about you. More than I should right now." They sat on the couch, the space between them charged. Bianca leaned in, her lips brushing Alina's cheek. "Then let's take it slow. No pressure." The kiss that followed was gentle, exploratory, a promise of possibilities. For the first time since Sarah, Alina felt seen, not possessed. But drama lurked in the shadows. Mia, Bianca's former roommate, resurfaced like a ghost from the past. She cornered Bianca after a shift, eyes blazing. "You think you can just move in with some stranger and forget what you did? You stole my ideas, my life." Bianca denied it, but Mia's accusations escalated, spreading rumors among their mutual friends. One night, Mia showed up at the apartment, pounding on the door. "Open up. I know you're in there with your new fling." Alina answered, confusion etched on her face. Mia pushed past, confronting Bianca. "Tell her the truth. You didn't get kicked out. You left because I caught you flirting with my girlfriend." The room spun. Bianca's face paled. "That's not what happened. You were paranoid, Mia. We were just friends." But the seed of doubt was planted. Alina, still scarred from Sarah's infidelity, felt the familiar sting of betrayal. The argument that night was raw. "Why didn't you tell me the full story?" Alina demanded, tears streaming. Bianca paced, her voice breaking. "Because it wasn't like that. Mia's twisting it. I left to avoid the toxicity." They talked until dawn, unraveling layers, Bianca's fear of commitment stemming from a broken home, Alina's trust issues from past relationships. In the end, forgiveness came in a hug, but the crack in their budding romance widened. As Christmas approached, the city twinkled with lights, a stark contrast to the emotional storm brewing. Bianca surprised Alina with a trip to Rockefeller Center, ice skating under the massive tree. Laughter echoed as they wobbled on the rink, hands clasped for balance. "This is what love should feel like, joyful, not painful," Bianca whispered. Alina smiled, pulling her close. For a moment the world faded, leaving only them. Yet the holidays brought family pressures. Alina's parents, conservative Midwesterners visiting from Ohio, expected to meet Sarah. "We've heard so much about her," her mom said over dinner at a cozy Italian spot in Little Italy. Alina hesitated, then introduced Bianca as "my roommate." The lie stung, but coming out again felt daunting. Bianca played along, but later, hurt flashed in her eyes. "Am I just a secret to you?" The confrontation escalated into their first real fight. "You don't understand. My family barely accepted me the first time," Alina shouted. Bianca retorted. "And I do? I've lost family too. But hiding us? That hurts more." Bianca stormed out into the snowy night, leaving Alina alone with regrets. She wandered the streets, ending up at the Brooklyn Bridge, where the city lights reflected on the water like scattered dreams. Hours later Bianca returned, cheeks flushed from cold. "I don't want to lose you," she said, pulling Alina into an embrace. They made up with whispered apologies, their bond deepening through the fire. But Mia wasn't done. She leaked altered photos online. Innocent shots of Bianca with Mia's ex, captioned with lies. The post went viral in their small creative circle, painting Bianca as a homewrecker. Alina's friends texted warnings. "Be careful, she's trouble." Doubt crept in again, testing Alina's faith. In a moment of vulnerability, Alina confronted Bianca. "Is there any truth to this?" Bianca broke down, revealing her past, a brief, regretful affair in college that mirrored the accusations. "I was young, stupid. But with you it's different. Real." The confession brought them closer, but the external pressure mounted, forcing them to question if their love could survive the drama. As New Year's Eve neared, fireworks lit the sky, symbolizing explosive changes. Alina decided to fight for them, deleting toxic contacts and focusing on healing. Bianca, inspired, pursued her photography dream, entering a contest with shots inspired by their story. Their romance, once tentative, bloomed into passionate certainty. Stolen kisses in the kitchen, late-night talks about futures intertwined. Yet a bigger storm brewed. Sarah's return, not for reconciliation but revenge. January blanketed New York in a relentless chill, mirroring the frost that had settled over Alina and Bianca's relationship after Mia's sabotage. The viral post had turned friends into skeptics, whispers following them like shadows. Alina's work suffered. Her edits lacked focus, her novel stalled at chapter 5. "Get it together," Elena barked during a meeting. "Life's messy, but deadlines aren't." Bianca threw herself into her art, her camera a shield against the pain. She won a local contest, her photo of two women silhouetted against the Statue of Liberty earning praise for its theme of freedom and love. "This is for us," she told Alina, framing the award on their wall. The victory brought a brief thaw. Evenings spent celebrating with takeout from their favorite Thai spot in Williamsburg. But Sarah's shadow loomed larger. She started calling, her voice saccharine with false remorse. "I miss you, Alina. Bianca's just using you. Can't you see?" Alina blocked her, but Sarah escalated, showing up at the coffee shop where Bianca worked. "Stay away from her," Sarah hissed, causing a scene that got Bianca reprimanded. The betrayal cut deep. That night, Alina and Bianca clashed again. "Why is she still in our lives?" Bianca yelled, slamming cabinets. Alina, defensive, shot back. "Because you didn't tell me everything about Mia." Secrets breed more secrets. The fight peeled back layers of insecurity. Bianca's fear of abandonment, Alina's lingering attachment to the familiar pain of Sarah. In the aftermath, they sought solace in the city's rhythm. A walk through Prospect Park, snow crunching underfoot, led to honest talks. "I love you," Bianca confessed first, the words tumbling out amid falling flakes. Alina's heart swelled. "I love you too. Let's build something unbreakable." Their kiss sealed it, passionate yet tender, a vow against the odds. Highs followed. Valentine's Day in a quaint bed and breakfast upstate, where they hiked snowy trails and shared dreams of a future. Maybe a house in the suburbs, adopting a dog. Bianca's family, though distant, sent tentative support via a care package of Puerto Rican treats. Alina's parents, after a tearful phone call where she came clean about Bianca, offered cautious acceptance. "We just want you happy," her dad said gruffly. But drama peaked when Mia allied with Sarah, the two bitter exes plotting revenge. They fabricated emails suggesting Bianca was cheating, sending them anonymously to Alina's work email. The accusations spread, jeopardizing Alina's job. "This looks bad," Elena warned. "Sort it out." Confronted, Bianca denied everything, but proof seemed damning. Photoshopped images, fake timestamps. Trust fractured. "How can I believe you?" Alina cried, packing a bag to stay with a friend. Bianca, devastated, pleaded. "This is their lie. Don't let them win." Alone in a dingy motel, Alina unraveled the truth with help from a tech-savvy colleague. The emails traced back to Sarah's IP. Fury ignited. She confronted Sarah at her apartment. "Why? We were over." Sarah sneered. "You chose her over me. Now suffer." Mia, present, laughed cruelly. Alina walked away, empowered, blocking them forever. Rushing back, she found Bianca on the fire escape, staring at the skyline. "I know the truth now. I'm sorry I doubted you." Bianca's tears mixed with relief. "We have to be stronger than this." Their reconciliation was profound, bodies and souls entwining in emotional intimacy, rebuilding brick by brick. Spring brought renewal. Flowers bloomed in Brooklyn's community gardens, mirroring their healing love. Alina finished her novel, dedicating it to Bianca. "To the girl who turned my chaos into home." Bianca's photography exhibit opened, featuring a series called Unexpected Hearts. Candid shots of them, capturing raw emotion. Yet one final test. Bianca's ex from college, the root of her past regrets, reached out, claiming unfinished business. "I need closure," she said over coffee. Alina, secure now, encouraged it. "Face it, then come back to me." The meeting was cathartic. Bianca returned with clarity. "You're my future, Alina." As summer approached, they planned a road trip across America. Route 66, symbolizing their journey from strangers to soulmates. Conflicts resolved, betrayals overcome. Their love stood resilient, a testament to human endurance. But life, ever unpredictable, had one more curve. Summer sun baked the New York pavement, turning the city into a shimmering mirage of possibilities and pitfalls. Alina and Bianca's relationship, forged in fire, now glowed with steady warmth. They sublet the apartment for their road trip, packing Bianca's old Jeep with maps, snacks, and dreams. From the concrete jungle to wide-open skies, Alina joked as they hit the highway, wind whipping through their hair. The journey was magical. Pit stops in Pennsylvania Amish country, where they shared homemade pie and discussed family roots. Chicago's vibrant Pride Parade, dancing hand-in-hand amid rainbows. The vast plains of Kansas, where Bianca photographed endless horizons. "This is freedom," Bianca murmured one night, stargazing in a Nebraska field. Alina pulled her close. "With you, anywhere feels like home." But echoes of the past intruded. In St. Louis, Sarah's cousin, coincidentally encountered at a diner, relayed news. Sarah had moved on but harbored resentment. "She says you ruined her life." The word stung, but Alina shrugged. "We all make choices." Bianca squeezed her hand. "Ours was the right one." Deeper into the trip, in the Red Rocks of Arizona, tension arose. Bianca received a job offer. A photography position in Los Angeles, far from New York. "It's my dream gig," she admitted, eyes conflicted. Alina felt panic. "What about us? My job, our life." The argument under the Grand Canyon's vastness was epic, fears of abandonment clashing with ambitions. "We can make it work, long-distance visits," Bianca pleaded. Alina, voice cracking. "I've lost too much already. I need you here." The standoff lasted days, silences punctuating scenic drives. In New Mexico, at a roadside motel, they broke. "I don't want to hold you back," Alina whispered. Bianca replied, "You're not. You're my anchor." They compromised. Bianca would take the job, but they'd relocate together, Alina freelancing her writing. The decision strengthened them, turning potential fracture into fusion. In California, as they reached the Pacific, waves crashing like applause, they exchanged promises, not rings but vows of partnership. "Through every storm," Alina said, Bianca nodded. And every sunrise. Back in Brooklyn, autumn leaves fell like confetti on their new chapter. Alina's novel got picked up by a publisher, the advance allowing them to upgrade to a 2-bedroom in Park Slope. Bianca commuted for shoots but rooted in their shared home. Friends, once skeptical, celebrated their resilience at a housewarming party, laughter echoing toasts to love's triumph. Yet, life's cruelty struck unexpectedly. Bianca's routine checkup revealed a lump, breast cancer stage 2. The diagnosis hit like a thunderbolt. How? You're only 28. Alina sobbed in the doctor's office. Bianca, stoic, held her. We'll fight this together. The months blurred into treatments, chemo sessions in sterile Manhattan hospitals, hair loss hidden under colorful scarves, nights of nausea where Alina held Bianca's hand. Drama shifted from external betrayals to internal battles. I feel so weak, Bianca confessed one evening, curled on the couch. Alina, drawing strength from their history, replied, You're the strongest person I know. We're in this. Community rallied. Friends organized meal trains. Alina's parents sent care packages with Midwestern comfort food. Bianca's estranged family reached out, bridges mending in crisis. Through it all, their love deepened, romantic gestures like reading poetry during infusions, emotional support in therapy sessions exploring fears of loss. Highs amid lows. Remission scans showing progress, a spontaneous dance in the rain after good news. Alina's book launch where Bianca, bald and beautiful, stood proudly. This story is ours, Alina dedicated from the podium. But setbacks came, side effects sapping energy, doubts creeping. What if I don't make it? Bianca whispered one night. Alina, tears flowing. You will. And if not, my love for you is eternal. The vulnerability forged unbreakable bonds, humanizing their romance. As winter returned, hope flickered brighter. Treatments ended, scans clear. You're in remission, the doctor announced. Joy exploded, hugs, tears, a celebratory trip to the Hamptons. Their story, once fraught with drama, now embodied resilience. Love wasn't perfect. It was persistent, forgiving, transformative. With spring's renewal, Alina and Bianca emerged from the shadows of illness into a world reborn. Cherry blossoms painted Brooklyn pink, symbolizing fragile yet enduring beauty. Bianca's hair grew back in soft curls, her energy returning like the sun after a storm. I feel alive again, she said, twirling in their garden plot. Alina's novel hit shelves, reviews praising its authentic portrayal of lesbian love in modern America. Kudos to the drama, the heart. Book signings brought fans sharing stories, reinforcing the human connection. Your words healed me, one reader said. Bianca beamed beside her, camera in hand, capturing moments. Their relationship, tempered by trials, flourished. No more hiding, they attended Pride events openly, hands linked, advocating for LGBTQ rights. Bianca's photography focused on survivors, her exhibit resilient hearts drawing crowds. Inspired by my warrior, she captioned a portrait of Alina. But life tested once more. Alina's publisher offered a tour 6 months across the U.S., promoting the book. It's huge, Alina enthused. Bianca encouraged. Go. I'll join when I can. Separation loomed, echoing past fears. On the eve of departure, emotions peaked. Promise you'll come back to me, Bianca whispered. Alina kissed her fiercely. Always. The tour was whirlwind. Readings in Seattle cafes, panels in Austin bookstores, connections in Miami's vibrant scene. Letters and video calls bridged the gap, but loneliness gnawed. In Chicago, an old flame from college flirted at a signing. Alina resisted, her heart loyal. Bianca's my everything, she texted home. Meanwhile, Bianca faced her own crossroads. A gallery offer in Paris. Temporary but life-changing, she confided to friends. Doubts surfaced. Was their love strong enough for distance? She declined, choosing stability. Home is with you, she told Alina upon return. Reunited, they confronted the near miss. I almost lost myself, Alina admitted. Bianca nodded. Me too. But we found our way back. The conversation led to a proposal, not grand but intimate. On their fire escape under city stars. Marry me, Alina asked, a simple ring in hand. Bianca's yes echoed through the night. The wedding was quintessential New York, Central Park ceremony. Diverse guests toasting in multiple languages. Vows wove their story. From unexpected knocks to eternal bonds, you've taught me love's true meaning. Honeymoon in Hawaii. Waves whispering secrets, sealed their union. Years passed, their life a tapestry of joys and challenges. They adopted a daughter, Mia. Ironic nod to the past. Raising her with stories of resilience. Alina wrote sequels, Bianca curated exhibits on queer history. Betrayals faded to lessons, drama to depth. In quiet moments they'd reflect. Remember when you showed up soaked? Alina teased. Bianca laughed. Best decision ever. Their love, once sparked by chaos, now burned steadily. A beacon of humanity in America's melting pot. The end wasn't happily ever after in fairy tale terms, but profoundly human. Two women, flawed and fierce, choosing each other daily. In a world of uncertainties, their bond proved love's greatest victory. Enduring, evolving, eternal.